In the world of music legends, few names shine brighter than Billy Joel. But while the Piano Man remains a beloved icon, whispers from the past have resurfaced, and they're striking a different chord. His ex-wife, Elizabeth Weber, is stepping forward with a revelation that flips the old homewrecker narrative on its head. According to her, the first marriage was already in ruins long before Joel entered the picture. This isn't just another recycled rumor. It's a raw, behind-the-curtain glimpse into a chapter of rock history the tabloids never fully told. Until now. For decades, fans have been fed a neat, dramatic story. Billy Joel, young and smitten, fell for Elizabeth Weber while she was married to his music partner and friend, Jon Small. The romance, according to popular belief, shattered that marriage and left scars on both personal and professional relationships. It was the sort of rock and roll gossip that sold magazines, betrayal, passion, and the kind of tangled love triangle that becomes a permanent stain in music history. But Weber's recent words are rewriting that narrative. In a rare, candid conversation, she claims the marriage to Jon Small had been effectively over long before Joel came into the picture romantically. There was no happy home to wreck, she insists. According to her, she and Jon were already emotionally distant, living more like polite roommates than romantic partners. Joel, she says, wasn't the spark that started the fire. He was the person she connected with after the flames had long gone out. This perspective throws a surprising light on Billy Joel's own role in the story. The singer himself has spoken in interviews over the years about his complicated feelings toward that period, often reflecting with a mix of regret and nostalgia. He's never denied the pain the situation caused, but Weber's clarification suggests that Joel may have been carrying more public blame than was fair. The details paint a different picture. Weber and Small had been struggling with both personal and financial challenges. Small was deep into the music business grind, often away or emotionally unavailable. Their communication had broken down to the point where, according to Weber, they were partners in name only. When Joel entered the frame, it wasn't as a destructive force, but as a source of emotional support, someone who listened, cared, and shared her ambitions. Still, the fallout was undeniable. Small and Joel's professional partnership dissolved, leaving Billy to navigate his career without one of his earliest collaborators. And the public, hearing only one side of the tale, labeled Weber as the ambitious manipulator and Joel as the man who couldn't resist temptation. Weber says this version of events was not only unfair, but deeply hurtful, a simplification of a messy, human situation into tabloid drama. Why speak out now? According to Weber, the decision was less about defending herself and more about giving an honest account for the sake of history. I'm not here to paint anyone as a saint, she says, but the truth matters. People deserve to know what really happened, not just the story that sells. Her revelation also opens a larger conversation about how celebrity breakups are framed in the media. Fans often get the most sensational angle, the betrayal, the fight, the scandal, without the quieter realities of relationships that have already faded behind closed doors. In this case, Weber says, the real story was about two people who had drifted apart long before the headlines made it sound otherwise. Billy Joel, for his part, has not publicly responded to Weber's new comments. Whether he will weigh in or simply let the matter rest remains to be seen. Those close to him suggest that he's long since made peace with that chapter of his life, focusing instead on his enduring music career and current personal happiness. What's striking about this moment is how it reframes a piece of Joel's legacy. For years, the homewrecker narrative has been one of the darker footnotes in his otherwise celebrated career. But with Weber's voice added to the mix, fans may begin to see it less as a salacious scandal and more as an example of how truth gets lost in the haze of fame, rumor, and human imperfection. One thing is certain, This revelation has sparked fresh interest in an era of Joel's life that shaped not only his personal journey, but also his music. Songs like Just the Way You Are and She's Always a Woman were famously inspired by Weber, and knowing this new context may change the way listeners hear those lyrics. Were they love letters written in defiance of public judgment, or quiet affirmations in the middle of a storm? The real answer might lie somewhere between the chords. Relationships, especially in the glare of the spotlight, are rarely as simple as the headlines suggest. Behind every homewrecker accusation is a tangle of emotions, choices, and circumstances that only the people involved can truly understand. For Weber, telling her truth isn't about rewriting history to make herself look better. It's about peeling back the layers of a decades-old rumor and revealing the human story beneath. People think they know what happened, she says, but they've only ever heard the chorus. I'm here to tell you the verses. And in those verses, Billy Joel wasn't the villain, the hero, or the reckless young star chasing forbidden love. He was a man caught in a complicated situation, one that, like so many of life's messiest chapters, can't be summed up in a headline. So the next time you hear Piano Man or She's Always a Woman, remember, the truth is rarely just black and white. Sometimes it's hidden between the notes, waiting decades to be played.